Hello everyone, welcome to my mixed bag video today. I was just going to do an empties video, but I looked at my freebies, and because I've not really been on it recently, I've not been applying for them, I don't have many, so I thought I'd just throw that in. So I'll start with my empties. You'll see how few I've got. Normally this is jam-packed, it's not. So the first thing is quite a decent size face soap and clarity. It's by Soap and Glory Vitamin C facial wash. A little card came with it. This sample is not going to get used. It's not going to get given away. It's going to go straight in the bin. I saw an article the other day in the news, and it was about these little microbeads. These microbeads in these face washes are causing so much damage to the environment. What's happening is they're tiny little beads that don't degrade when they are washed away, and they're going straight into our oceans. The waterworks. I've totally blanked on what they call, the water treatment plant. Totally blanked on it. So water treatment plants aren't designed to filter out these minute, microscopic little beads. And that means they're getting straight through and going back into the environment. I think in December 2015, the US banned them. But as far as I'm aware, we are still allowed them, which is why they're in this. I did have another item that had what I thought was microbeads in it. I put it on my hand and I rubbed it and it turned into nothing. It just kind of melted, and that was jojoba melt. I'm actually going to show you the box in there. I did the same with this just to make sure they weren't melty ones, and these are like scrub beads, so there's nothing in them, they don't pop. It's little beads of hard plastic. I put them on my hand, rubbed them, they didn't dissolve. I tried to squeeze them between my nails. These are hard plastic, so although I got this freebie and I was kind of pleased with it, after hearing how bad these microbeads are to the environment, I'm not going to bother using it. I've got plenty of the face washes that I can use instead. So that is going in a pile of its own. Another thing I've got, Love Your Age. This is a Lancome, and it's Treat 15, well that's the online offer, Treat 15, Your Perfect Skin Routine, and it's 2 steps, so I've got a serum and a moisturiser. I've got so many little packs that I'm using, it's hard to tell which one actually works. So far none have had a huge difference on my face, none have made a noticeable difference, so I'll be interested to see if these can do anything. I've got 2 more to work through at the minute, so once I've got through that, then I'll start on these. I've got packaging, guys. This huge envelope, right, for this. That's it. That's all they sent me, and they needed to send this. I'll just cover my address up. This huge envelope, and I get it, it's marketing. You send this huge jamboree envelope and everyone sees it, but really, like, it's a tiny little thing. I've not got around to using these yet. They have sent 5, but you can half them, and then obviously that can do 2 thumbs and all the way down. I have used jamboree in the past. Somebody sent me some and they were like metallic ones. They were the worst things I've ever used in my life. They were awful. It was like you put stickers on your nails, like you just tore some stickers and put them on, and they caught if I ran my fingers through my hair. The hair would go in between my nail and my sticker and it would get stuck and I'd end up pulling it out. I'm going to give these another go, just in case the other pair were faulty or whether it was because they're metallic. These seem a little bit softer, so I am going to give them a go to see if they work, but in my past experience, I'm not in love with what they're called, nail wraps. I thought the nail peels, yeah, nail wraps. So I'm still going to give these a go and see what I think of them. Medi Honey, gentle enough for sensitive, dry, eczema prone skin. It's just a little cream sample I got. I'm going to try this on the backs of my arms. I have a little bit of eczema just on the backs of my arms. It's a very, very common form of eczema I've got, just where you get like the red bumps. I've never been able to use anything I've never found anything that's actually got rid of it, so maybe this one will work. And last but not least, some Dermalogica packs. So I've got a special cleansing gel, a pre-cleanse, intensive eye repair, and daily microfoliant, which, just seeing what they've got in there. I think that's like a scrub, you know, like you get an almond scrub, but I'll check before using them. So not many freebies to report about, but like I said, I've been very busy, and unless you're on it every day applying for things, then you don't really get sent that much stuff. Got a bag of empties. I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to try and whiz through them a little bit because there's quite a few to get through. I haven't got them out, so there's really no rhyme or reason, so I'm just going to pick them out and go through them. I have put little notes on, little sticky notes, so I'll just peel them off. This was the free sample I got from Benefit. It was an eye cream, brightening eye cream to fade dark circles. It didn't fade the dark circles at all. I've never really found anything that helps fade them. Cover them up, yes, concealer, but not fade them. It had no scent. It was very thick and creamy and it soaks in nice. Sometimes if something is very creamy, it might just lie on top of your skin and take a while, but this was actually really lovely. I probably wouldn't buy it because it didn't actually do what it says it does. And that's, if I'm going to buy something that says it does something, that's the main thing I'm buying it for. But this sample didn't do anything to my dark circles. Pantene. I spoke about this in my last video. I got the shampoo from the pound shop. This was the stuff I got from Boots. Total fullness, normal thick hair. It's a bit, there's nothing to report. It was nice. It didn't do anything amazing. It conditioned my hair. It didn't really make it awfully full. But it conditioned it and it was cheap, and that's kind of what I wanted from it. This is the one I got from my mum, a freebie that I got from her shelf. Marks and Spencer's Peony Moisture Rich Shower Cream. This stuff smells so good. Washing me, I mean, a shower gel's a shower gel, isn't it? It cleans you. It depends how hard you scrub and making sure you get everywhere, but this smelled divine. I don't know if Marks and Spencer's have still got this in because it was such an old thing on my mum's shelf and I just grabbed it. It's probably, I think it was a couple of years old, but really nice, and it would tempt me to maybe buy something from Marks and Spencer's just as a fancy pants one. Aqueous cream. I've had this in my drawer for so long. I don't even want to say how long I've had this in my drawer. I don't even know. It's past its expiry date, let's just say that. Not too bad, but it's past its expiry date. The sides are cracked. Oops. Hasn't hit the camera, has it? No. So yeah, the sides are, the plastic has got so old and cracked that the cream is now coming out. It smells awful now because of the plastic. When I first got it, it didn't really smell of anything. And I've heard it's really good for eczema, and it's just a simple cream, like a basic good cream. I didn't think too much of it. It was a bit meh. It did its job, but it didn't do it as well as people had spoken about. It certainly didn't get rid of any eczema, or it wasn't intense enough to use on my hands in the winter. But I decided to use it up. I put a hand cream in my drawer. Every night I use some hand cream. So I made an effort to use this up totally. By the end though, it was just, it started to smell horrible. It didn't bother me too much because I was wearing it in my sleep, so I didn't really notice it. But I got through it all, but I probably wouldn't be buying this again. Another freebie from my mum. Frizzy's Straight Ahead Conditioner. It was again your standard conditioner. It didn't do anything noticeable, so I wouldn't spend the money on this conditioner for its frizz easing properties. Mind, because of straighteners, frizz isn't really a big thing for me anymore. It used to be when I was younger. I have very wavy curly hair, and we didn't really have, well, I didn't have straighteners when I was younger, so I had to blow dry it. This probably would have come in really handy when I was younger, but now I use my GHDs to see to my frizz. I just can't speak today. So yeah, it was nice to use something different on my hair. I try and switch shampoos every week. I've got 2 shampoos that I rotate, and I try and use different ones on my hair just to give my hair something new. So it was nice to use something different, but not something that really made a big difference to my hair. Dior, this was 2 samples of foundation, and did I use this one? Yes, I did. I've used all of that one and a bit of that. This just wasn't the right colour for my skin. It was light beige, and I don't know if this is the lightest colour it goes, but it was 020 light beige, and it was still too dark for my skin. When I put it on, I could really see that I had foundation on, and maybe it's because I don't wear foundation that often that it really bothered me, but it wasn't the right colour for my skin. Unfortunately, that was the only colour sample I could get. But I found it really not itchy, but when I had it on, because I did put it on for my ASMR videos, when I put it on, as soon as the video had finished, I had to go and wash it off. It was awful. I could just feel it on my skin, almost clogging my skin up, and I had to go and wash it off, and I did not like that. If you are into foundation, it might be worth trying it, but someone who doesn't really wear foundation, it's not a kind of good starter foundation. It's way too heavy, and obviously it wasn't my colour. These are Espa, or Espa as I called them. These were one of the best samples I've ever got. This one is the oil. They're not totally empty, but I've had them so long I thought I would just put them in my empties because I'm going to throw away the packaging. This one was an oil. I use it very sparingly because it just smells so divine. I put a little bit on my bags on a night time. It's not the kind of oil that I want to put all over my face because it is a bit greasy. And this one was the Cleanse Exfoliant. Now this was the one that had the beads, but when I actually rubbed the bead into my hand, it completely dissolved. So I am going to continue using that. These just smell, you know when you go to a spa and you walk in the room and you take an inhale and it's like, the products smell really expensive, really nice. These smell exactly like that. They're a little bit expensive, I have mentioned them before, but if I was to treat myself to something, you know, after Christmas someone's given me some money to get something, then this might be something I would splash out on. Evening Primrose Oil. I love this stuff. I haven't actually bought any more yet. I just keep forgetting to buy some more. This has really helped with my periods. The older I'm getting, I'm finding the worse my periods are. I'm 33 now, and I'm not talking about them being heavier or longer because they're not, but every single month now I've started to get a migraine. It might not be a full-on migraine, but it's a severely bad headache bordering on a migraine. I have to take some very strong painkillers to get rid of it, stick a cooling patch on my head and lie in the dark to try and get rid of it. And that happens every month, and for the full day I'm just kind of useless because my head hurts so much. I did go through a period of very, very bad moods. I would be an emotional mess and I hated it. My boyfriend didn't know where he stood, and it was just annoying. It was annoying to be snappy or upset all the time. And I'd heard that Evening Primrose Oil helps. And I used to take it a few days before. I think it was one a day. Yeah, it was one a day. And that really helped me get through. I've not bought them, but I've not really needed them because I've not had the mood swings. But I probably will stock up because Evening Primrose is good for a number of things. Let's just get this entire magazine. There we go. Skin Pep. They sent me an entire booklet out for these samples. I've dog-eared the one I'm using. So I got sent Hydra Boost. And it's super hydrating and plumping. And it goes on to tell you all the stuff it does, all the ingredients, the directions for use. This one is full still. Technically it's not empty. And this one is about halfway used. And I have just chucked them in this bag because these did nothing. Considering they've got such a big magazine to big them up and talk about them, it did nothing. It was like putting water on my face. I will show you the consistency of it. So it comes out like a gel. And then it just, I don't know if the camera's really capturing it. I don't think it is. It's wet. It's not soaking into my hands. It's just wet, and you have to rub it and rub it and rub it, massage it in. And it doesn't smell of anything, but it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a little bit tacky now, but I persevered with this for, I think, about a week and a half. I didn't cover my entire face because there's places I try and avoid now. My chin is one place because it always breaks out. But this just did nothing. It was like putting water on my face. So yeah, I just kind of gave up with it because there's other creams in the queue that I wanted to try. So a huge thumbs down for Hydra Boost. I'd love to know if anyone has used this. Do you think it's amazing? It says pure hyaluronic acid serum. And I thought hyaluronic acid was meant to be like really good, but it literally didn't do anything. I could have put water on my face. Absolutely no changes from this, so I just gave up with it. Something I do love, and I will probably be buying again, is this vitamin C skin reviver from the Body Shop. This was one from my mum's shelf. I have done a video with this on my other channel where I just go through her products and try this, and it smells so good. It's so refreshing and orangey, and it's, when you put it on, it's almost like a, how would I describe it? It's like a gel when you put it on, but then when you rub it in, it's like a serum. It just leaves your skin silky smooth. It wasn't full when I got it off my mum. There was about a quarter left. I'd used it, my boyfriend used it, he loves it, so I think I might be treating us to one of these. I didn't notice if it revived my skin, but then again, it is quite an old bottle. But I liked how my skin felt when I put it on. I liked how it felt in the morning. It wasn't greasy or oily or anything. And it's me still getting something on my face. I'm very fussy about what goes on my face, even though I'm trying everything. There's nothing I found that I put on and just loved. But I know I have to put some form of cream or moisturiser on. And even if this isn't reviving my skin, as long as it's moisturising my skin in some way, not having me break out in spots, then I'm quite happy to use this. It is a bit of a small bottle. It's 30ml. I don't know how much it is. I'm going to be checking the Body Shop website afterwards to see how much. I think it was 16. I vaguely remember checking it out a while ago, but I didn't actually buy any. But yeah, I think I'll definitely be getting some of this stuff. Another thing that I love and I have already bought is Posy Tint. I used Benetint a while ago, but I found that when I put it on my face, it stained as soon as I put my fingers on my face, and then by the time I patted them or rubbed them in, it had just stained that mark. It was too heavy for me. Whereas this is a more, yeah, you can see a little bit there. This is a more creamy texture. So you can put it on and just pat it around, and it doesn't stain immediately where you put it, which is where I found that Benetint did. So I much prefer this. Also, it's my colour. I find that pretty pinks, light dusky pinks, suit my colouring rather than like browns or oranges. So love that one. Just going to tip them all out now because I can't dip my hand in the bag. Another one that I love and have repurchased is this number 7 Beautiful Eyebrows Sculpting Pencil. I like it because it's got a little brush on the end that I can use. The only problem I've found with this is it snaps, which is really annoying. I can't use pencils that you have to sharpen. I have like the worst luck in the world with sharpening them, and I'll sharpen it, I'll get a tip and it'll just snap off. So I've given up. So now I have to have a one where you twizzle it up and you get more. But they keep breaking inside. So I'll take the lid off, and as I'm doing my eyebrows, it'll fall out. But I'm persevering with it because it's really easy, it's my colour, and I like it, and it's not too expensive. It's affordable, and I can kind of do my eyebrows with it. I'm still not great at my eyebrows. I have a lovely brush from Zoeva there, which I think I might need to get a pomade with because I'm using it just with a powder, and I don't know if you can see. I've gone from having no eyebrows at all, like total blonde eyebrows, to hairy caterpillars to these, and I'm learning. So far I'm really enjoying this, but I think I just need to work with it a little bit more. Quickly, an Aveeno cream. I got another freebie. I've talked about Aveeno before. Absolutely love it. Doesn't smell particularly amazing, but it's a really good moisturiser, and that's why I stick with it. Some perfumes. I will go Dior one, the Miss Dior. That was a lovely, girly, sweet scent. Not something I would wear every day. Ghost. Didn't know how I'd feel about this because I've had a Ghost perfume in the past that was absolutely awful, and I had to get my brother to take it back. It was the tall blue one. This is Ghost Girl. I actually sprayed it on a little bit. It is lovely. It's not something I smell and think, wow, I have to have it. Unlike the Shiseido perfume that I got a smell of, and I've been trying to get my hands on it for a while now. That was really nice. And I got a Chloe one, Love Story. My friend Chloe actually used this. We went out drinking a couple of weeks ago. She forgot to bring her perfume, and I gave her the sample. She took it in her bag. So she really liked that. And I smelt it as well, and I thought it was really nice as well. We'll do this one. Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I keep switching from different types of brushes, so I'll go with one like this, which is quite heavy on the bristles, to like plastic ones or thinner ones. This did a really lovely job of covering all my lashes. I'm starting to think that it's not necessarily about the brush, it's more about the actual mascara itself. Because I bought a cheaper mascara and just used this brush, and it doesn't work the same because it's a different type of mascara cream. So I think once all my other mascaras are used, I'll probably buy one of these because great coverage, it didn't flake off, it separated all my lashes, and it wasn't too heavy, and it certainly wasn't clumpy. Creams I'll run through. I haven't written anything about this, but I do recall this. This was a Qualia Thermal Dynamic Hydration Serum. Didn't do anything out the ordinary to my face, it wasn't magic, but this stuff smelt amazing. I was putting it on and I was trying to use as little as possible because it smelled so good. See if I can smell the inside of the packet. Oh, it's just so fresh and absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But it's got a £3 off coupon there, which would suggest it's quite expensive. I always think the more money the coupon offers you, the more expensive the item is. It says 48 hours intensive hydration restores comfort to dehydrated skin. I'm starting to think that there's no amazing face cream out there. They all do the same thing, which is moisturise your face. They can all do that. But they're claiming so much stuff, and it's not the case. It didn't intensively hydrate my face for 48 hours because I washed my face and I obviously washed the cream off. It didn't sink into my skin and keep it hydrated. Once I'd washed my face, it was tight again because I'd washed the oils out. So this smelled so good. It did its job. You know, it moisturised my face, but it didn't leave my skin feeling energised, but It moisturised my skin and it smelled nice, but I probably wouldn't pay the price for this that they're asking for. Another cream that I tried was Clarins. Now I like Clarins. I've got a couple of their perfumes, and my mum bought me a big pack of stuff for Christmas with scrubs in, hand creams, face washes. So I got some freebies when I went to see them, and this one was the double serum, complete age control concentrate. 90% of women agree it's more effective than their regular serum. This was awful. It left my skin really greasy and oily. It was an oily serum to put on, but unlike other oily formulas that I've put on, it stayed oily all night. I woke up with really greasy skin, and after a couple of uses I started to just get weird red patches on my face. It wasn't like an allergic reaction, it was just my skin wasn't really loving all the grease. So apparently 90% of women agree it's more effective than their regular serum. Hold on, 126 women in 4 weeks. Well, I'm one of the ones that disagree because I didn't think anything of this. Another item from Clarins I got is this one-step facial cleanser. It has like 2 layers, you know, where you shake it up and then use it. I didn't think much of it. I thought it was a bit greasy. I'm not sure what the orange layer was, but it was a bit oily. It never really got my makeup off very well. I'd use it, I'd wipe my makeup off and there was still makeup on. I'd have to go back and use a soap to clear it off or a baby wipe. I did use the tonic and I loved the tonic, but this facial cleanser, it just didn't work. It didn't get my makeup off. So that was a no from me. I've got this Ren. I've got it on my phone actually. I've written a little bit about this one. Let's have a look. Ren Clean Science goes on quite well, gets sticky when drying, but then once totally dries, it's very smooth. Now this does say that it's like a firming shot, and it does, it firms your skin. But how does it firm your skin? It firms your skin by putting a film on your face. A lot of these creams I've found have said it smooths your skin out or it firms your skin, and it does, but it's because you cover your face in these creams. One of the smoothing creams I tried years ago was like a nano blur, blurs your skin, where you put it on and it kind of filled your skin with this stuff, so it did look smooth, but then you couldn't put makeup on top of it. And this Ren stuff, it did work. It was a firming shot, it firmed my skin up, but basically I put it on, it was wet, it got sticky, and then it tightened my skin up. But it was kind of a, you know when you put a film on and the film dries and it holds your skin tight, as soon as I rubbed some cream over that, it would kind of dissolve the film and it wouldn't have the same effect. So yeah, it did what it says on the tin, but in a manner that was kind of uncomfortable, and probably something I wouldn't purchase. And last but not least was the Ultimate Blends Strength Restorer Serum. This was nice, it smelt really nice. I did write something about this. It's very light and non-greasy and it doesn't weigh your hair down, but I'd apply it to only the tips. It does say strengthens, protects and targets split ends. Well, you know, targets split ends, what does that mean? Targets them. You can't fix a split end. The only way you can fix a split end is to cut it off. You can't glue a split end back together. So I always read stuff now and see what they claim, and half of the stuff is rubbish. It did make my hair lovely and sleek and smooth. Obviously you've got to put it on the ends. If you put it on the roots, it'll get into on your scalp and make your scalp greasy. So it was nice, but all serums I find do the same. I'm using one that I got from my mum, again from her magic shelf that I cleared out, and it's a Freebies one. You put it on before you dry your hair. It's like an oil. You just put it on the ends before you dry or straighten your hair, and it protects your hair, and it does exactly the same thing as this. It makes it quite smooth and sleek. So if this was on offer, I'd probably get it just to have a little bit of a serum and use it maybe more in the summer. In the winter, my hair's not as dry, even though my skin is dry, but in the summer, my skin's more moisturised, but my hair's more dry. So yeah, that was all my empties and my freebies. Let me know if you are trying any of these expensive creams. I keep getting all of these creams in the post, and I just think they're all just a different version of the same thing, and none of them have really blown me away. And I thought, this is amazing, apart from that snail cream. That snail cream was really unusual, and I still have a packet of that, and once I get rid of all this stuff, I am going to use that. So yeah, are you using any of these crazy creams, and are they working? Is there one you love? I'd love to hear from you. Also, what are your thoughts on the microbeads? I'm not a huge environmentalist. I don't always go for products that aren't tested on animals, and I know that's terrible, but it's not something that's in the forefront of my mind. I will just buy an item and never think twice about what it's tested on. But I'm kind of changing the older I get. I like to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm doing. And the first step is to not use stuff with microbeads in, because I don't need to. I can get a lovely facial scrub, an apricot scrub, or I can make my own. I've got salt or sugar, and I just mix it with a face wash, and then I've got a scrub. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this? I hope you enjoyed this video. You can pop on over to my blog post where I've got pictures of all of these and my thoughts and links to where you can get them if you want to try them. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.